This is the solo player guide to Abyssal Depths. You know that new game mode they introduced with the 2v2 and the 3v3 thing? Yeah, you can go in as a solo player. So, first off, what are the Abyssal Depths and how do you get to them? So in every single city, there is these weird, gross red cracks on a wall. Yeah, don't put your thingy in that. But to find it, just open your map, and it's always going to be near the Conqueror's Halls, but it's going to look like a portal on your map. This icon is probably going to change. It's not an Expedition Master. That's a lie. Alright? But you just go to the portal, make sure you're not faction flagged, and then you click on it, and this is the Antiquarian's Den. Alright? And when you go inside, it's a pretty basic area. You have, you can do Hellgates, you can do Corrupted Dungeons, you got a repair station, access to your bank tab, and then you have this creepy dude that's oversized. He's so big, and he sells demon crests, spiders, and of course there's the new avatar. It's a flame, and or the new avatar is the crazy dude named the Doomslayer, which is a nod to the Doom games, you know, the Doom guy, whatever. But what we care about is this little area here. It says dungeon, but this is the depths, right? And so you can go in to the orange zone. Oh boy, you can go in as a duo or a trio, or in my case, as a solo player. And it opens once a minute, and then it closes for like 30 seconds or so, and then it reopens. So there is an item power cap in this zone. Now, because it's an orange zone, here are the rules. When you die, you don't drop your stuff you have equipped, but you do drop everything in your inventory that's droppable. So like bags of silver and things bound to you that you wouldn't normally drop on death, those don't drop. But if you pick up some loot and then someone kills you or you die inside the dungeon, you lose that stuff. So don't bring anything in your inventory. Don't, unless you want to risk it. There is one good thing you can risk, and that is mercenary journals. Because when you get to the third floor, it's tier 8 mobs, meaning you can fill up the tier 8 mercenary journals. Now, 15 of these is worth 300k, and you might die, so it's a risk you might be willing to take, you might not, I don't know. I'm just letting you know that you can fill mercenary journals in this bad boy. Let's go ahead and enter it, alright? And this is what it looks like, okay? Not to spoil anything, but the Abyssal Depths are just a reskinned version of the Nightfall Abbey with some extra steps. Alright, what are we looking at on this map? It's the Nightfall Abbey, guys. It's just the Nightfall Abbey. But we have Altars of Greed. Woo! We have these things called Aquarian's Den exits. These require souls. Both of these, the greeds and the exits, require souls. Now, this is a 45-minute game mode, okay? There's 3 floors. Each floor will open after 15 minutes. On the 3rd floor, you get some keys and you open a big chest. So far, I've tested, the big chest isn't worth that much. And I'm using a full 8-4 build, and here's why. Well, let's look at the item power nerfing. You can see that my item power is being nerfed by minus 746. This is in maximum spec 8.4, excellent. Now, the bag isn't nerfed. Satchel of Insight. If you are coming in here to Fame Farm, and it is debatable that this is the best Fame Farm for save zones in the game. And I need to run this for 100 hours and spreadsheet it, but I think it beats the current best Fame Farm in the game, which right now I have as a members only content. But anyway, I'm using an Astral Staff, Cleric Robe, Assassin Hood, Royal Sandals, Thetford Cape, Satchel of Insight, and yeah, the Satchel gives you the full 108% combat fame conversion. I also have a roast pork, and again, I'm solo, so if I fight another player, or rather a duo of players, because I'm in the duo mode version, so I'm going to be fighting 2 people at a time, but I could just run away, maybe not. Depends on what builds they're running. Now, is there a difference between the duo and the trio zone? And the answer is no. It is the exact same dungeon with the exact same mobs and the exact same mob density. So, because it operates very much like the Nightfall Abbey, let me explain all the different things. So, most areas have a little shrine. So this is an exit area, right? Now, you can't use this exit until you find a soul. So let's kill these guys. I forgot to eat food, but that's fine. Let's kill these guys real quick and see if they drop any souls. Now, souls are pretty rare drops. They're not common to come by, all right? And now, if you're looking at the fame that's popping up, just note that I do have premium active on the test server, and this is with an 8.4 satchel, so results may vary depending on how much you're going to get. So these guys did not drop a soul, which means I cannot use this to exit. You cannot A out, you cannot type /die, the game will not let you, and you cannot log out either. You are trapped in here, in the Abyssal Depths, until another player kills you. Well, your whole party, rather, but I'm solo, so I have no party, so once I die, I'm dead. There is no revival. I can go to the next level when it opens up in, you know, about 12 more minutes. It's a 15-minute timer. Let's eat some food and clear this. So this here is... You know how in the Nightfall Abbey, when you clear an area, like, you get a little buff? Let me show you. Let's kill these guys real quick. And we're just going to, you know, throw out our spells. I forgot to use my armor ability, but I should be able to survive. Maybe. Okay, I didn't survive. I want to talk about repairs. You may be thinking, Swobenji, you just got downed with your full 8.4 set. That's going to cost you 300,000 silver in repairs. And boy, do I have some news for you. Any areas that scale down your IP, this is the blue zone, the yellow zone, and the orange zone. Yes, you lose durability, which for some reason I did not. I'm supposed to lose 5%, but it did not do that to me for some reason. But, okay, well, it worked on the bag, but on my gear, it didn't take it away for some reason. It's supposed to. That's a bug. It'll be fixed on launch day. The repair costs are equivalent to tier 6 gear. So that only cost me 50,000 silver, okay? Now, the bag doesn't apply, but everything else, all the gear does, okay? And, well, the mount, too. You don't want to bring an expensive mount. But, okay, we're going to do that pull again and properly this time. So we're going to pull these bad boys, hit them with this, pop armor, and now that we're immune to damage, now we can just melt them with our Astral Staff here. And, you know, again, this is meant to be duoed, so I'm killing mobs meant for 2 players and 3 players. So whenever you clear the area, this guy's going to pull out either a buff or a chest, just like in the Nightfall Abbey. And so, what buff did we get? This one is called... I don't know what it's called, but Surging Wrath. So we got Wrath. You know, it's like the 7 deadly sins, right? So we get 10% damage and healing, blah, blah, blah. This only unlocks when your HP drops below 40% or you have 2 bars of health remaining. Alright, so my ideal strategy for conquering these dungeons... I'm going to show you the Altar of Greed over here real quick, just to show you what that is and what it looks like. But my strategy for clearing this is only clearing rooms that give you treasure or a buff. Right? So, let's go ahead and run through, grab all the dudes. There we go. You know, grabbing dudes, that's my game. And nuke them down with the Astral Staff while I stand in attacks. Oh boy. See, this time we did a proper pull. Alright, let's go ahead and just zap them. Alright, Astral Staff for the win. Anyway, if I have a soul... Oh, there's one now. It's these little white puffy ball things. It's very soul-like, okay? You can take a soul, and I can take it to an exit, and I can leave this dungeon, or I can offer it to the Altar of Greed. And by offering it to the Altar of Greed, I will earn reputation with the Antiquarian. You can see I have 195,000 out of 300,000, and you get a bunch. This is one of the easiest rep grinds in the game, because there's no risk, right? So I turn this in, I get Might, I get Favor, I get 15,000 rep. He's going to crunch that soul in the palm of his hand. It's gone forever. Deleted. No heaven or hell for that soul. And then we kick open the chest. What do we get? Now, you get a lot of silver bags for this. Now, again, I have premium active on the test server. But it's an 80% bonus for the orange zone. 50% for premium. So there we go. That's 37,000 silver that I cannot lose if I die. But there's 138,000 worth of silver in here. So we got a cape, a bag... The rest of this stuff is whatever. You might as well pick it all up. You might as well just... Whoever loots your body is going to just have to sift through the trash, okay? Alright. Now, we're gonna do a full playthrough, by the way. Full playthrough. And, so, there we go. We offered up the soul, so we can't leave. But if you had a lot of loot, if you're like, oh man, it's 175k, that's a lot of money, I don't want to lose it, then you would run to one of these little exit arrows. And these are... I hope this is a placeholder icon, because it's kind of ugly. Also, you'll notice things that look like this. This is a way down. Sometimes you can mouse over it. It'll tell you how much time is remaining. I'll try to find one. We'll hover around the exits maybe a bit. They're a little bit hard to find. There's not a lot of entrances on the way down, but there's a lot of entrances for the exit. All right, let's do another pull. Go ahead and yoink all the bad boys. Bad boys for life. pop our skills, and we're just gonna melt them down. And you may be thinking, Swole Benji, you're using all your cooldowns. If a player runs up and downs you, you're dead. And it's like, well, oh no, I lose this. Alright, so we got another buff. Now, again, it's just like Nightfall Abbey. So if you're unfamiliar with how Nightfall Abbey works, it's kind of a thing in the mist you can go into. You get this little buff, and every time we collect one of these, we get another buff, up to 15 stacks. So right now, damage versus all enemies, plus 2%. Against players, defense, plus 1%, basically rounded up. Defense versus mobs, 5.66, okay? So we get this, and then it increases to 2. That's now 2 stacked. There we go. And we also got this cruelty. So I guess it's not the 7 sins, my bad. But when we drop below 40% HP, we get some damage. We reduce resistance of enemies around us. So, which is perfect for the Astral Staff, because it's a big old circle. So, yeah, good synergy with the Astral Staff. Just saying, if you're not an Astral Staff guy, maybe it's time to be one. What we got in this room? Again, if you see a bunch of mobs circling a thing, it's probably juicy fat loot, okay? Let's go ahead and shields up and just dump all the magic around us. Look at all the mobs melt. Okay, what build is going to let you do this? I don't know. Well, Great Axe. Okay, we're blowing up here. See that circle that popped up? That's that buff I just got. Alright, while we wait for this dude to dig out the treasure. In this case, it's not. It's another buff. This one just slows enemies. It's not as fun. Not as cool. Whatever. Alright, so I wish there was a timer on the screen that showed how much longer until the next dungeon. But you have to find an entrance or an exit and mouse over it to know the timer. Or just time it in your head if you're like Le Pro Gamer mode, you know. But anyway, let's hit these dudes. You know, hitting dudes is what we do on the channel. Okay, we're melting, but we're also melting them. You can see that big circle that flew out. We're getting machine gunned down. Very risky, but hey, these guys, they can't aim. As long as we dance around them, you know, like an epic anime character, we're good. Alright, we got a chest this time. This is what the chest looks like. It's like a little spiky, it's got a little middle thing there that pops out. Alright, let's see what we got. We got 29 bags of silver, 27k in loot. We'll just, might as well take it all. Again, if someone kills us, they get a whole bunch of junk that they have to sort through. Alright, now this is a room with an exit. Again, we don't have a soul here. And you, again, if you want to farm the mobs, you can. You know, there's nothing wrong with farming mobs, right? You know, it's good fame. It's decent fame. The silver drops aren't that good compared to, say, red and black zones. Not at all. But look at all the fame. 7, 7, you know, 7, 7. Alright. But yeah, it's decent. And, you know, I want some cooldowns, so I'm going to use my helmet. And we're going to run up to these guys, gather them all up, because that's what we do. We gather guys. We're the guy gathering. And I don't have my armor ability, so I have to actually just kind of zip around the corner here, Athene style. Does anyone remember Athene from World of Warcraft? Oh, man, what a story. All right, what are we going to get? He's going to dig into the lava pile, and he pulls out the buff. Okay, cool. What does this buff do? This is Wrath. Okay, we already talked about that one. There's only like 3 different ones, I believe. Should I kill these mobs? I don't know, why not? We'll tickle them here, give them another little tickle, and yeah, they're mostly dead. Alright. Just gotta auto them down. And they changed auto attacks. Alright, it's weird now. If you practice years how to orb walk or stutter step or whatever you want to call it from your MOBA terms, it kind of noobified it. As soon as you cast an ability, it just automatically does your autos, but for the Astral Staff, it's a little buggy and weird. I don't really know how to explain it, but, yeah. Some weapons, it's really good, like, swords and axes got, chef's kiss. But other weapons, it kind of freezes you in place and animation locks you, and it's just weird and awkward. But yeah, we definitely want to just clear these things. That's why I'm prioritizing. Also, we have a treasure, you know, thing over here we can get in a minute, and, you know, people might be fighting over that, you know, right? But it's a test server. I don't really need treasure. I'll go ahead and go to it anyway, because when you open these things, it can't, I don't know why, but it gives you might and favor. So if you want to complete the Conqueror's Challenge without ever going to a red or black zone, mwah, there you go. You can absolutely do that. Look at this bad boy. 1 minute, you know what? I don't have a minute to sit here and AFK and talk to you guys about life and things. So I'm just going to move on. And, oh, this thing. This is the Altar of Awakening. So if you have a friend, and your friend dies, and you grab his soul, no, you can't turn his soul into loot, I know, but you can drag it here and revive him. Now, he won't have his stuff in his inventory, but he'll have all his equipment still. And so, yeah, if you, like, have a little 2v2 fight, and then your friend dies, and you kill the other two guys, you can bring him back here, and you can keep going. It's like Fortnite. You know, using a... okay, I don't know Fortnite. My girlfriend plays Fortnite, and she's asleep right now. I can't ask her what it's called. When you get, like, a little blue card, and you can bring your friend back or something. I don't know, guys. I'm not a Fortnite gamer. I'm sorry. I should be a Roblox gamer, though, because everyone plays Roblox now, allegedly. Apparently. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. But it is what it is. Let me know in the comments if you want Roblox content. Oh man, what is my life coming down to? Roblox. Swole Roblox here. Alright, let's just take care of these little bows. Hey, they dropped a soul. Give me that soul. The soul is like an orb that you, you know, like in the mist that you escort. It follows you around. It's, you know, it's like a little lost puppy. We're gonna drag it over here to the Altar of Greed and get a treasure chest. Alright, let's grab all the goobers around. There we go. Just grabbing goobers. And armor up. There we go. Look at our astral staff putting in work. Alright, look at that. Everything's dead, and now we can access the Altar of Greed. If you don't clear the mobs, I don't think you can use this. Alright? At least when I try it, the game wouldn't let me. But yeah, he's gonna om nom nom the soul. I wish he would eat it instead of crush it. He just uses it as like a hand lotion. Green chest, that soul wasn't very valuable. 5k, yeah, the chests kind of suck. I mean, it is the orange zone. Not full loot, dude, yeah. Right. Alright, let's grab more guys. Yeah, grabbing them. How many times are we going to tell that joke? Alright, let's just stand in the lava, because why not? It doesn't matter. It's just pixel lava, it's not real lava. Alright, take a little, you know, bend the knee, get some meditation going while we wait for him to pull out his, glowy bits out of that lava. Okay. Yeah, I think that, you know, the game has come a long way on its art style. If you played the game back in, like, 2017, oh, it was ugly. You know, it was, I don't know. Oh, right, it's time to go to the next area after we kill this and get our loot, of course. Alright, and yes, I am stuck in the mud here. The burning mud. It's the worst kind of mud to be in, I guess. Maybe acidic mud? Alright, what you got for me? Aw, dang. Alright, so here is how this works. You see the stairs going upwards? That is the exit. The stairs going downwards, or... hopefully you can make out what these icons are. Alright, I can't make them any bigger. They just... okay. Zooming out makes them bigger. What? Anyway, that's the next floor. Now here's the thing, right? You get a little time limit at the top, and you know how the mists, whenever you run out of time, it just kicks you out? Well, in the Abyssal Depths, it kills you. And no, you don't drop all of your loot. I tested it. Yes, you die, but death in this zone is not permanent. It's... you lose your inventory, but you don't lose your equipped gear, okay? So, you don't be afraid to die, alright? If, you know, your power goes out, and it is storming where I'm at, you're not going to lose your stuff. I tested it. You don't have to, you know, test that yourself. But anyway, whenever the timer gets to this little red bar, you're going to catch on fire, and you're going to slowly take damage over time. So, the reason they do this is because it's like being in the electric static field in Fortnite, I guess. You gotta, you know, run your pal to one of those revival shrines. Because if you go down to the next floor with his soul, it doesn't follow you, unfortunately. You gotta revive him on the same floor. So you got a time limit. You gotta revive your pal, and you both have to get to the next, you know, exit thingy. And you're gonna be on fire the whole way you're doing it, too. But right now I'm on fire because the bar has not reached this part here. But if the bar reaches the end, you just insta-die, alright? And if you don't have a way to heal yourself, then you're gonna die barely even halfway in. Like, at first, the fire just kind of tickles, and then afterwards, it gets, it's not as intense, alright? So this is floor number 2. Again, we got another 15 minutes until we get to the next floor. Now, the interesting thing about this floor is that the enemies are slightly harder. They are tier 7 mobs. Woo! Right? but they give more fame. Oh, yeah. And I've also, in the testing I've done, it feels like they give better loot. Like, the treasure is better. And, again, I've done quite a bit of testing. You may be thinking, Swole Benji, I watch Equard and Mogdun, and they say the test server, the loot's not correct. And, they don't know what they're talking about. Alright, I don't know if Equard ever said that. I just like to bully. Oh, purple chest. Alright, so the way the test server works with loot. This test server... Ooh, look at that. That's a lot of silver, right? And that is 120k just in silver bags. Cool. We have another 444k in looties. See, now, if this were me and I was a new player, I'd be like, let's find an exit. Let's get the hell out of here. I don't want to lose this, right? But it is what it is. Now, my beef with the naysayers... Hey, boss monster. This is... Dude, I've been playing this for all day. I've been playing this all day. This is the first time I've seen a boss in this... in this game. I didn't know they existed. I just learned something new, guys. Anyway, my gripe is that those dudes don't know how the test server works. And the way it works is follows. This test server pulled from the live server, and it's 12 hours old, okay? This test server is 12 hours old. That means it has an entire loot pool of stuff from the black market to pull from, for one. But the way the black market works is people put items on there for buy orders, and when the black market reaches a threshold, it automatically buys the item that people have put up for it, which means it goes into the loot pool. So unless there are several thousand people playing on the test server to yoink the loot and just empty it all, like, loot is not distributed into dungeons and chests until you open the chest. Like, right now, there's nothing in this chest, and then, zoop, it sucks it from the black market, which there was nothing here because it's green chest, right? So, for them to say, the test server, the loot's not correct, that's false. That's a lie. That's not how that works. Alright? It's, it's as accurate as it's gonna be on the live server, okay? And it's been pretty generous. Alright? I mean, we got a 400k chest. But my thing is that you get a lot of silver bags. So even if you strike out on the loot, you're still getting paid, right? I have calculated that, you know, if you aren't getting any loot at all and just doing silver bags, you're still making 1 million silver an hour doing this with premium. Because, again, test server, I have premium. I can't turn it off. I have 113 years, 41,000 days of worth, okay? Oh, man. All right. I kind of ended up on the edge here, which you don't want to do. That's not very efficient, but whatever. Let's go... clear some more areas and get some more looties. Now I have 8... I didn't mean to cast that. Oops. I only have 8 stacks of the buff, which I would normally want more. By the time I reach floor 2, at least in my testing, I can normally get 15 stacks. So I'm kind of lagging behind explaining the mechanics and stuff. Alright, what you got for me? Pull it out. Yeah, buff number 9. So remember, each time I get one of these buffs, I'm getting 2% extra damage, 1% defense, and yeah, it's pretty swell. Is that an item? That is a silver pile. Don't want that. Ooh, gross. Get it out of my screen. I'm not picking up 100 silver. Not worth it. Nope. Okay, so yeah, floor number 2 is interesting. It's the same thing as floor 1, but floor number 3, this is what you want to stay tuned for. Floor number 3 has some interesting game mechanics. So you're gonna want to you're gonna want to see what those are about, okay? Man, doing a video in one take's hard. You guys don't even understand. It takes a lot of fortitude, mental fortitude, right? I wish I had other games to play. All right, what do we got? Let's get our cooldowns back while we wait for this ridiculously long animation to play out. They really need to do something, make it faster. I don't know, man. If I was in charge, that thing would, like, he'd yank that thing out in a second, not like a whole, I don't know, a whole song and dance. Anyway, you may be wondering, what mobs have the highest % chance to drop souls? And the answer is, I don't think there is one. At first I was like, oh, souls tend to drop around the exits, so let's clear those. But, nope, it just seems to be completely freaking random. I don't have a way to tell. So, yeah. Look at that. We pulled all 3 of these little mobs together, and they're all gonna die together. It's great. Some of them survive. There we go. We got a little soul. Hey, we got a soul right next to the altar. Agreed. Poor soul. He's like, man, I didn't even get to float around that long. And then you just put him there, and he just gets crunched. It's over. And then he turns into loot. What you got for me? Oh boy. Treasure. We got 10k silver. Yeah, it's not that good. I don't want to clear these. So, get this, right? If you are a PvP guy, and instead of killing the mobs like I'm doing, if you want to kill other players and get their loot, you know, let them open the chests, and then you just kind of collect afterward. You're just like the tax guy. You just collect, right? That's a totally valid strategy, I suppose. But you would want a friend because, you know, this is a 2v2 mode. All right, so you and your friend are just running around tax collecting everybody. You don't want to clear the exits, okay? Because if you do, and someone has a soul, they can just run from you, and once they get a screen away, they just, zoop, use that soul, and they're gone. And you don't want that. So there's enemies around all these exits. And so as a PvPer, you don't want to clear them, but as a PvEer, you need an out. You need a way to escape. So you would want to have these cleared and ready to go. Maybe even bank a soul or park a soul in a corner. And so if you need to run there, you can yoink it, but then people might yoink your soul. So you might want to just carry it around on you. But that might make you a more juicy target. Like if you have a soul and another solo player does... I hope solo players are going to play this, because it's worth it. It's worth it as a solo player to play this game mode, I think. At least right now, you know. Things could change, whatever. See, look, they're giving 10,000 fame now. This is floor 2. They're going to give even more on floor 3, right? But, absolutely, like, if you're carrying a soul and someone else isn't, then the gankers are going to prioritize you, right? That's just nature, all right? You got the beef, and they want the smoke. I think they want the smoke means they want to fight. Is that the hood term? I think that's the hood term, right? Yo, you want the smoke, dude? Oh, man. Alright, what do we got here? I need my cooldowns. I have my E-spells off cooldown. I can't attack these guys. Guys, can you wait 4 seconds so I can power up my magical spells? Thanks. Okay, now we're ready. Now we're ready. Alright. You know, shields up and let her rip. And the spell is called Starfall, so, I don't know. It sounds very World of Warcrafty to me. Alright, is that a lootable item? Nope, that's just a silver pile. Alright, give me that buff. Gimme buff. Gimme chicken tendies. Guys, I haven't had chicken tendies in so long. Please, feed me tendies. Please, somebody. Somebody, just pop through my monitor and with like a nice crispy chicken tender dipped in. What's your favorite tendy dipping sauce? I've never asked that on this channel. 1,900 videos, and I've never once inquired about your favorite chicken nugget or tendy dipping sauce. What's wrong with me? How have I gotten this far on YouTube without asking your favorite tendy sauce, guys? For me, it's I guess, I don't know, like, you know, Chick-fil-A has that Polynesian sauce, pretty good. Chick-fil-A sauce is also pretty good. You can't go wrong with honey mustard ketchup. I'm a ketchup guy. I'll put ketchup on all the things. Oh man. Let's pull these guys too. Let's get a little bit of fame farm here. Even though it's a test server, why you fame farm it, swole bitch? You can't keep it. Can't keep the fame. Bro, if you were a normal player, this is what you would do. You would do this so you can kill all the bad mobs. Bad guys, bad mobs, whatever. Oh, man. Alright, there we go. Funny story about the term, the bad guys. So, this one streamer that I've hung out with before streaming exists, his name's BritBong. He's got a stream on Rumble and stuff. And he angered these guys called the bad guys. And what's funny is, I don't know if it was Pixar or DreamWorks, one of those animation companies. Hey, there's a chest on the map. They made a cartoon little 3D animation called The Bad Guys. So their trolling YouTube channel lost all SEO rank forever because anytime someone Googled The Bad Guys, the cartoon came up. But they also broke YouTube rules and got permabanned, so their channel got deleted. It's what it is. Like, one thing that I've never understood with trolling, or at least, you know, why people troll a certain way, like, if you're gonna troll in a video game, the true way to troll is use the in-game mechanics to minorly inconvenience someone. That's funny, it's like a little prank. Don't call them stupid names or be weird and, you know, go after their real life and try to call them and dox them and stuff. That's not trolling, that's just breaking the law, okay? So, yeah, Don't do that. What do we got here? Oh, here we go. We got a little thing here. We're just gonna run up and yoinkage all the dudes. Get them into a little ball. I missed my my spell, but that's fine. The astral staff is just too darn big, guys. It's such a big spell. You gotta love it, okay? You just gotta love it. All right. And I love that my regeneration is so damn high because I'm wearing 8-4 that's scaled down, so my health is just pumping back up in between pulls. And it's fun because like the cooldowns are all lining up almost like I don't have everlasting spirit for this pull, but it's a little babby pull. It should be fine. All right, there we go. We just dumped all of our spells and we're in the middle of everybody. They should, yeah, they all died. Cool. Then we just kneel down, meditate, get those cooldowns back. I love this build. This build's great. There's a few other ones that you can use too, with like Great Axe and a few other weapons. I've been testing them on the test server. Why do people hate that I use the test server? I never understood the hate. You always see people hating on, oh, slow busy, test server, test server. Yeah, that's what the test server's for, to test things, so that you can learn and improve, right? But I guess they're so short on, I don't know, if they're like so short on time that they can't dedicate like at least a day to the test server to learn things. I guess because they have jobs and they're trying to, you know, constantly hit the gym and get a girlfriend or something. I don't know what the deal is. Normally I can mouse over this and have a timer, but it's not giving me one. What's up, game? Why does it work sometimes? Maybe they'll fix it by the time it launches, right? What do these symbols on the ground mean? Is this like graffiti, or is it like someone writing a message to their boss man? Because I guess demons don't have like cell phones and computers. Small treasure chest. Oh boy, it's purple. That is opening slowly like it's a tome chest. I hate when they open slow. 2,683 might. Alright, this has 83,000 in it. So that's not worth fighting over. Oh, man. What do we have over here? Another little treasure dude. Treasure dudes. That's sounds like a guild. Hey guys, welcome to Treasure Dudes. Our guild tax is 70%, but don't worry. You know, it's just silver on the ground. Hey, they got a soul here. Look at that. I like how it has a missing image. Oh, man. Alright, we got those 15 buffs. We technically don't have to clear these anymore if we didn't want to. We could just go fight other players. So, yeah, again, if you have 15 stack, that means against players, you have 15% damage reduction. And you have 30% damage to them. So 30% extra damage, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Oh man, my brain is so rotted from memes. Alright, so we're gonna get to the third floor here pretty soon. And we don't need to spend 15 minutes on the third floor. We can just rush the big treasure chest and then end the video. Pretty simple stuff. I guess I'm just not going to encounter any other players at 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. UTC. It's literally prime time. Wake up, people. New content on the test server. Surely the word's spread around by now. I checked Twitch and Beast1K was streaming it for like 5 minutes that I clicked on him. I don't get that guy. You know, he's really nice to my alt account that isn't named Swole Benji, but he doesn't like Swole Benji, and I never did anything. I never did anything other than hate furries. Is he a furry? I don't know. He's got a little cat avatar. Is it a cat? I don't know what it is. Anyway, what do we have? Yeah, let's offer up the soul. See you later, soul. You better have some good fat loot. Alright, we'll shoot a spell. Pow, pow. Dude, I saw the funniest YouTube channel the other day. It's totally breaking the rules, but I don't remember the name of it. Oh, 8,000? Gross. I'm not even going to open that. I'm not even going to loot it. But he walks around the back rooms of, like, grocery stores, pretending that he's playing a real-life video game. He's got his like, arm out in front of the camera like he's, like, playing a FPS game. And whenever the staff start, you know, like, complaining for him to leave, he's like, fireball, fireball, pew, pew. It's the funniest thing, dude. It's so funny. It's kind of like Frank Hassel content, but not as mean. Oh, dude. But yeah, he doesn't get a lot of views, and I don't remember his channel name because it's like NM Gaming or I don't freaking know. It's not gonna last long, but it'll be up on other websites, I'm sure, at some point. Alright, let's go to the 3rd floor, and let me show you the cool stuff, right? And also, I'm gonna kill some mobs on the 3rd floor so you can see that the fame gain is even more. Why is this guy gotta yoink me back, bro? I didn't do nothing. Just let me go. This is a one-way entrance. Alright, floor number 3. Here we are. Now, you're gonna notice there's nothing on the map yet, but stuff's gonna appear fairly soon. And you can still run around and, you know, like, have them do chests and stuff. So, look at all these mobs, and I'm gonna show you the fame. What is that actor that played Green Goblin in Spider-Man? Willem Dafoe, yeah. I'm gonna show you the fame, Willem Dafoe. My brain's rotted. Just ignore me, guys. Just, I don't know, man. Just do something, okay? Alright, what do we got? What do we got, little demon dude? Yoink. I wish, you know what would be really cool that SBI could do, and they won't? When you're at 15 stacks, it should always... Oh, by the way, bring extra food. You're gonna need it, because, you know, 30 minutes just to get down here, that's like a whole food buff. Look at that, 14k fame. That's a lot. That's a bunch. Alright. But, and I'm paying attention to the map here, because we're waiting for stuff to spawn. But until then, we might as well loot more treasure. Okay, yeah, but what I was saying is that when you have 15 stacks, what it should do is just always give you a treasure chest. That would be super freaking cool. But also what it should do is show your position on the map, right? And players should be able to get an incentive for killing you. I think that would be a really fun change, because then people would set it 14 stacks if they don't need treasure. Right. You know, you gotta game the system a little bit. I don't know. I think this game needs more fun little systems. Alright. Oh boy. Let's see. We can clear an altar of greed, I suppose. Or I can just work my way to the middle. Once we get to the middle, we can find something. It takes time for this stuff to spawn. But this is like the big final floor. Wait, it says someone... Oh, never mind. That's a log from earlier. I was like, someone died? What? What? How could they die? Alright. Guys, what games are you playing right now? I mean, I know a lot of people are playing the new Dune game. I honestly don't like Dune. The Dune universe, and people are going to hate me for this. I don't know why. This is my opinion, okay? The Dune universe makes no sense. It's boring. It puts me to sleep. It's not interesting at all. The game is just a reskin of Conan Exiles. Funcom, out of all the gaming companies, Funcom, I don't like them. I really don't like Funcom. Back in the day, they had this little thing for Conan Exiles that was like, if you find a game-breaking bug and you report it to us, we will pay you $500. And you know what I did? I played the hell out of that game and I found a dupe method. And no one else had this dupe method but me. And I know this. So I asked around. And no one had it. And I reported that dupe method. Did I get paid $500? No. Did they fix the dupe method? Yes. So I don't trust, like, that just destroyed my trust, right? And it was like zero communication. It's like, you know, I signed up for the little program, they let me in, and then I submitted the dupe, and I'm like, thank you for your submission. And then I hit them up, I'm like, okay, so where's the money? There's the chest, the treasure vault. It requires treasure keys. Also, this is supposed to show up on the map, and it hasn't yet. It normally just appears, so everyone can see it no matter where you're at. But it's right here in the middle, so that's cool. Now we need to find the keys, which are going to pop up on the map any minute now. You'll see, don't worry. Unless it's bugged or something. But anyway, you know, I asked around too, because other people had the same issue. It wasn't like just me. But basically, they promised everyone that they would pay them $500 for game-breaking bugs. And there was so many. There was like, you could build under geometry. So, like, if you were against, like, a stone, like a brick wall, not a brick wall, but, like, a stone foundation, it's like a mountain or something. You could slide a respawn little flatbed under that, and then respawn behind the terrain, and then, my accent, behind, well, I have that southern drawl. You can respawn behind the terrain and have your entire base unviewable by anyone and unattackable by everyone. And then you can walk through the wall, because it's a one-way wall. And you could just raid people's bases, and they couldn't raid you. Not that they would ever find you without ESP or radar hacks, right? But people submitted that, and they didn't get paid. No one got paid. So Funcom, a bunch of crooks, bunch of criminals. I said it. And another thing too, Funcom, there was a really neat game idea. It was called, I don't remember the exact name. It was called like Hell something. Hellsinger. That's the name of the game, Hellsinger. And it was a rhythm first-person shooter game. And it had, like, very good talent, like, you know, screamo death metal talent. It had, I think, some other famous American bands. I forget the names, but I was like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. I think at the time I had, like, 30,000 subs or 20,000 subs. I was getting 1 million views a month, though. I was getting a lot of views a month. I'm not getting 1 million views a month right now. I've just been lazy, okay? Anyway, before I talk about that, this is the vault key. Check it out. It's like a little demon diamond thingy. And again, you can carry it around like this. It just kind of floats around, follows you like a soul. You bring it back to the treasure vault, and you need 3 of these suckers. So this is why you would want to play the threes mode. You split up, everyone gets the keys. But what's supposed to happen is one guy gets the key, and then another team gets the key, and another team gets the key, and you all fight over who gets to open the big boy chest, right? Except the way it's going to work is the people that do all the Hellgate pre-mades are just going to be in Discord together and be like, hey, you know, we're all on the same map, bro. And then they're all just going to pre-team and open the chest. But here's the thing. In my testing so far, this treasure vault chest has been garbage. I've only gotten green ones. Okay, I don't know if it's doing that to me because I'm a solo player. But anyway, back to the Funcom dissing. All right, we're slide dissing Funcom here. You know, I offered to play that game, and it's like a $5 game, maybe. Not an expensive game. And I was like, you know, like, I will play this game, and I'm really good at rhythm games and FPS games. You know, here's my pedigree of pro gaming and my pedigree of rhythm gaming. I want to make some rhythm gaming content on this channel. I've been training a game called Step Maniacs for about 3 months now. And I've played, you know, dance rhythm games for like over 20 years, okay? Yeah, I'm pretty good at them, though. I'm what you would call a stamina player, not an accuracy player, all right? Like, on easier songs, I can get like high 90s. On really hard stamina songs, I can get like low 70s to high 80s, okay? But anyway, they ignored me, and then they just randomly banned me from their Discord and their Steam discussion. I'm like, okay, they don't like me. So I guess I won't play their game then. Bummer. You know, their loss. And you know what happened to that game? It died in a week, dude. No one knew about it. No one played it. And the people that did play it, no one made guides for it. No one was good at the game. Everyone sucked. Like, it's like everyone playing it were a bunch of Zoomers that have never played arena shooters. Okay, like Quake or Unreal Tournament. So they didn't have the gaming skill anyway. All right, they're trying to play it like Call of Duty, or they're trying to play it like Valorant or something. And it's like, no, dude, you gotta move and shoot, bro. But and then no one had the good timing. They were just shooting. Like, they're just playing the game like an FPS. Oh, shoot the demon, shoot the bad guys. You're supposed to shoot and do things to a beat, to a rhythm, and that empowers your shots and gives you more points and gives you more, like, abilities. And the third key is all the way over here, right? So what I would want to do is have a great nature build, and then grab a key and just run from people until they, like, for hours. I want to know, or until the dungeon closes, and then no one gets the treasure, right? I think that would be the funniest troll ever. You're just like running from like 3 or 4 groups who have decided to team up. I don't know if you can talk in this game mode. I don't know if names are hidden like in the mists. I hope they're not. I actually hate that in the mists. I want to see who I'm chasing, damn it. I want to see if it's, you know, Professor Pew Pew or Asian Gains, what I hurt fat kid. You know, it's like, okay, I inspect them, I see their loot, I'm like, that's probably Juan, and then I go to his stream and it's not. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And then it's some Brazilian player I've never heard of, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess it didn't matter. Oh, man. But anyway, This rhythm game, Hellsinger, it just died. They put so much into the advertising and so much into the promotion, and they paid the band people that made the music, like, you know, millions of dollars, right? Or whatever, maybe allegedly. I don't freaking know how much they got paid. I'm not part of it. But it had to be a lot. And these are, like, original songs made for the game. It's not like they took, oh, let's take, you know, like, Linkin Park and put it in the game. No, it's like, complete original creations. But anyway, besides wasting all that freaking money and getting nowhere, definitely not making the money back, right? They're mean about it. So, I'm not a fan of Funcom. And every game they've ever made in the past has always been slop, okay? There was another Conan game they made before Conan Exiles. It was called Age of Conan. It was an MMORPG. And let me tell you, I griefed the absolute hell out of that game. That game was... it was so funny because, okay, in the tutorial zone, let me explain. In the tutorial zone of the game, you could flag up for PvP, and there was a part in the tutorial where you had... Here's the thing, it was like all one server at the time, because not a lot of people were playing MMOs that far back in the day. It was all one server, like, I guess there was like US, West, East, Asia, etc., but pretty much all one server that people played on. The only way to get through the tutorial was to climb this really tall freaking ladder, and there was no way around it, no way up or over, or there was no way to exploit it, right? So what did I do? I got to the top of the ladder, and I was body blocking. Alright, let's... Ooh, legendary! Okay, I've never gotten a legendary. I've been playing all day, and it's only been green chests, so let's see if it's any good. What? I'm gonna guess 60k. Alright, let's guess 60k, let's go. Pop it open. 5.68 million. That is the best chest I've ever opened. Cool. That's a lot of silver bags. A whole lot of runes that I wouldn't be able to carry normally. Imagine that you're like, you loot this chest, and then someone just runs up and blows you up. They just wait in the shadows for you to open the chest, right? Yeah, I can't even carry all this stuff, right? I'd have to do inventory management. But it's a test server, who gives a damn? That's the depths. Alright. But I will finish my story. I'm at the top of this ladder with a crossbow that knocks you off the ladder, and the ladder is it's a long climb, and you die when you get shot by it. You just die, straight up dead. And they can't finish climbing the ladder because I'm body blocking it, so they can't, like, climb up and stand up to attack. They can't cast spells, do abilities, or anything on the ladder. They are completely animation locked on the ladder, unable to do anything. So what I do is I set up a keyboard macro that automatically tab targets anyone on the ladder and shoots them. And I have infinite ammo, by the way. And I have, you know, I'm not going to run out of mana, and I'm not going to be able to not shoot anybody. And I have it constantly tabbing to target whoever and constantly hitting my spell abilities to shoot them. And then I go to work. I go to work for 8 hours, and I come home. And my character's still there shooting people off the ladder. And I go to the Steam forums, and I go to the Age of Conan forums and stuff, and everyone's bitching. They're like, there's a guy griefing. We can't progress the starter quests. We can't progress past the tutorial. And so many people got refunded, and so many people quit the game over that. But here's the thing. I actually saved them time. Because at the end of the day, when you hit level 60 as one of the warrior classes, and you picked a certain perk, it made you unkillable forever. It was a bug, and they didn't fix it for months. They just let it roll. So at end game, all these warriors were flagged up for PvP that you couldn't do anything to them. They were completely immune to dying, so they would just kill you. There was literally nothing you could do about it. So I saved people a lot of heartache with that game. But that is one of the most fun griefs I've had. And then, of course, Age of Conan, or Conan Exiles. I've already made a video about how much I grief that game, but there was so much stuff during early access that you could just absolutely terrorize servers with. There was a dupe you could wall off the starter zones. You could do a macro to suicide your character 10 bajillion times, leaving 10 bajillion corpses. They would lag out even the strongest GPUs at the time. There was so many things you could do in that game to just absolutely destroy and troll servers. But anyway, Funcom gets what they deserve. I hope you enjoyed the Abyssal Depths and learning about them. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I read every comment. I don't have a life. I don't have friends. I don't, like, I go out and do cardio, and maybe I'll find a gym that I can afford and do weights again. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Here's a kiss on your forehead. Mwah. And I'll see you in the next video. And click the video on the right side of your screen, because if you don't, what's going to happen is the next time you see an animal in the wild, it's going to attack you. It could be a squirrel or a cat or a dog or a bird. You ever see that gif of the bird, the magpie, that like flew into a woman's face and stabbed its beak in her eye socket tear duct hole? It didn't gouge her eye out. It like got in the tear duct like deep and then ripped it out and flew away. And the lady was fine. You know, no eyeball damage done. Huge troll bird. But yeah, that could happen to you.